Well, welcome and thank you for joining our Sanctuary community and celebration. Sanctuary Church is a 508c1a faith-based organization. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistoric use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. Psilocybin mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our vision and mission at Sanctuary is to live in a world with supportive and joyful communities, empowered to discover our own divinity with sacred mushrooms and each other. We are bringing people together for healing and connection to divine revelation through communion with sacred mushrooms. We ask you to mute your mics if you're not muted already. The 30-minute service portion of our gathering is being recorded and will be posted on YouTube for community viewing. We'll begin with a short guided meditation, followed by 2 readings to facilitate our journal prompt and the discussion following service. Prior to the 90-minute discussion, we'll invite one of our community leaders to share some sanctuary announcements, updates, and FAQs. We invite you now to find a comfortable space where you can settle in and be present as we begin our service. I now invite Courtney to lead us in a short meditation.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Good morning, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here with you all this morning. I invite you to join me in a short meditation this morning, which will be centered around the heart. So as Stephen mentioned, please do get comfortable as you can get in your seat. If you need to adjust your position, maybe do a full body stretch just to get out any jitters, I welcome you to do that. And when you're feeling ready, you can close your eyes and settle in. Let's take a few intentional breaths together, in through our nose and exhaling out through our mouth. In through our nose and letting it out through our mouth. One more time together, in through our nose and exhaling fully out through our mouth. And from here on out, you can breathe simply and naturally as we settle in. I invite you to bring your attention to the energy of your heart. You can put your hand or hands on your heart. And settle in to your heartbeat. Feeling your heart beating in your chest. Feeling how that energy from your heart radiates out into the rest of your body and energy fields. Your heart, like your brain, generates a powerful electromagnetic field. It's the largest electromagnetic field in the body. And it measures to be about 60 times greater in amplitude than the brain. When studied, the heart can be measured several feet away from a person's body and can be measured between two individuals who are in proximity to each other. When studied, the electricity of the heart can be detected in between two people, whether they're touching or whether they're not touching. So I invite you to feel the power of this reality of our heart, not just nourishing ourselves, our bodies, and our ability to exist in this realm personally, but also I invite you to feel into the power of each of our hearts impacting the existence of the people in close proximity to us, and even extending out further, our heart's ability to impact each other at a distance, like our hearts are doing now at service today. And I invite you now to offer gratitude to your heart for all of the loving energy that it dedicates to helping you have this experience in your body every day. Feeling your heart's energy and strength. I invite you to send this gratitude and loving heart energy, not just to yourself, but to someone specifically that you love dearly. We can do this not just with those who we are in the same room with, but also to those who are at a distance physically from us. With your mind's eye, really see that person being nourished by this loving heart energy that you are so sweetly sharing with them. Notice how this impacts you personally as you share this energy with them. Just take a few moments here to feel that. Now I invite you to utilize this loving heart energy to share it with everyone here today at Sunday service. You can imagine us all in one big circle right next to each other and see all of our hearts sharing this loving heart energy with each other and the power of how that feels. You can even visually, with your mind's eye, see how that impacts all of us receiving and sharing and receiving and sharing this love from our powerful, radiating heart. Know that you can tap into this loving heart energy at any point in Sunday service today, following service, into your night, and into the rest of your week ahead. So with that, Let's close out this meditation together. Let's take a few intentional breaths to close out. In through our nose, out through our mouth, in through our nose, and out through our mouth. One more time, really sealing this loving heart experience. And exhale out through your mouth. When you're ready, just slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Might give a full body stretch as you come back into the service space. And open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Thank you, Courtney. Before we move into our readings, and while we are still in this mindful centered space, I invite us all to place our hands on our heart as we take a few moments to send loving intention to our sacrament and to all who cultivate or consume these sacred mushrooms. Without these gifts of our Creator and the communion of our members, this community would not exist. The healing brought on by our sacrament is not limited to the times when we consume the mushroom, but extends into all aspects of our lives and spreads like the mycelium around our world. It is through intention and attention that we call forth the healing power of the mushroom and the community that we have formed around it. Let us use our ever-expanding awareness to bring greater peace and healing to our world. Let us radiate gratitude from our hearts to our Creator, to our community, and to those who cultivate our sacrament. For these gifts impart healing to those who commune with love and sincerity. In cultivating and consuming the sacrament, we become aware of the oneness of life, the knowing that we live in all things and that all things live in us. Let us apply this understanding to all of our relationships and aid us in our journey as members of the human family. Thank you, everyone. Our rotating text today was selected by our founding community minister, Eric Osborne, and comes from the book, A Course in Miracles. I invite our volunteer, Emil, to read the passage aloud.
Morning, everybody. A Course in Miracles, seek not outside yourself. Seek not outside yourself, or it will fail, and you will weep each time an idol falls. Heaven cannot be found where it is not, and there can be no peace except there. Each idol that you worship when God calls will never answer in his place. There is no other answer you can substitute and find the happiness that God's answer brings. Seek not outside yourself. For all your pain comes simply from a futile search for what you want, insisting where it must be found. What if it is not there? Do you prefer that you be happy or right? Be glad that you are told where happiness abides, and seek no longer elsewhere. You will fail. But it is given you to know the truth, and not to seek for it outside yourself. No one who enters heaven can have hope, not a lingering illusion or even dream that there is something outside of themselves that will bring happiness and peace. If everything is in you, then this cannot be so, and therefore by seeking outside, you deny truth about yourself, and therefore seek something more than everything that is within you. A lingering illusion will compel you to seek outside 1,000 idols and to seek beyond them for 1,000 more. Each will fail you except one, and this one will kill you, for you do not realize that death is an idol. Its form appears to be outside of you, and this idol of death seeks to kill the child of God in an attempt to prove victor over God. This is the purpose of every idol, and yet this role cannot be fulfilled. You believe that you can suffer lack, and lack is death. In this belief, your life is renounced. Seek not outside yourself. The search implies that you are not whole within, that you fear to look upon your devastation, but prefer to look outside yourself. Idols must fall because they have no life, and what is lifeless is a sign of death. No sadness and no suffering proclaim a message other than an idol that represents a parody of life. which is really death, although conceived as real and given form. Yet each must fail, crumble, and decay, because a form of death cannot be life. All idols of this world were made to keep the truth within from being known to you, and to maintain allegiance to the dream that you must find what is outside yourself to be complete and happy. It is vain to worship idols in the hope of peace. God dwells within, and your completeness lies there. No idol can take this place. Look not to idols. Do not seek outside yourself.
Thank you, Emil.
You're
Please
welcome.
take out your journals and pens for 5 minutes of reflection, utilizing the following prompts. Not sure what the following prompts are. Oh, oh, I see right there. Never mind. We will have the opportunity to further explore what we journaled during our discussion following service. I'll set my timer now for 5 minutes. Okay, we have about a minute to wrap up your thoughts. Okay. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. I invite Margot to read today's Tao Te Ching.
Thank you. Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Chapter 66. How does the sea become the king of all streams? Because it lies lower than they. Hence it is the king of all streams. Therefore the sage reigns over the people by humbling themselves in speech, and leads the people by putting themselves behind. Thus it is that when a sage stands above the people, they do not feel the heaviness of their weight. And when they stand in front of the people, they do not feel hurt. Therefore, all the world is glad to push them forward without getting tired of them. Just because they strive with nobody, nobody can ever strive with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Margot. I invite Athena to share announcements about upcoming events and offerings.
Morning. Let's see, I had this right in front of me. And now it's not. Go. All right, thanks everybody. Our virtual circles and workshops are open to non-members for a suggested $5 donation and remain open at no cost for official members. Virtual offerings this week include the 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time, Veterans Healing with Psilocybin, led by Jeff. Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, Directors Open Office Hours. Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, Internal Family Systems. Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific time, admin office hours with myself. I lost my spot. Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, Sanctuary Book Club. Please register and find Zoom links on our events calendar at sanctuary.org. We are excited to be releasing our 2024 group sacrament ceremony and festival calendar in the next week or two. Please stay tuned via our private member Discord server and your emails for the announcement and more details. Mark your calendars for our new West Coast Sunday service led via Zoom on the first Sunday of each month, hosted at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you're interested in assisting with either of our East or West Coast Sunday services by leading meditation, reading the Tao Te Ching, or our rotating text aloud, or sharing announcements, Please visit our new volunteer page by heading to your member benefits section of your member portal. This Wednesday, Courtney will be leading our last in-person Women's Sacred Circle of Winter at Clifton Universalist Unitarian in Louisville, Kentucky, from 6 to 8 p.m. With us being just 3 weeks from spring equinox, Courtney will facilitate a clearing meditation, inviting us to leave behind anything we'd like to let go of in the winter season and invite in growth and new beginnings of spring. We'll also share with an authentic relating activity, and following circle, the community room will be open for us to gather with warm herbal tea. This circle is donation-based and open to all women in our community. Membership is not required. Please register via our events calendar at psanctuary.org, and we hope to see you there. That is all our announcements for today.
Athena, would you mention something about the type of the books that you read in the book club? Is it our list of books that we're working with, or is it something else?
I am not as familiar. Jason, would you be able to share a little bit how the book club is ran?
The book club is right now we are reading Letting Go by David Hawkins. We have been for quite some time. We dig kind of deep into the chapters. We also get kind of off topic and go in various directions, and then we'll choose the next book as a group. So it's very kind of loosely ran, and we encourage you to jump in whether you've read the book or not, because a lot of it's philosophy and just getting to know each other.
So thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Athena. If you are not yet a member and are interested in joining our community of just over 400 official members, you may begin the onboarding process by visiting Psanctuary.org. Like the mycelial network we seek to emulate, Psanctuary relies on the support and resources of our community while giving back health and wholeness to the same. We seek to create a nationwide and eventually global community that contributes to the healing of humanity. Your support is great, incredibly valuable as we grow, and even after we are established. Becoming a member gives you access to our private official member chat server via the Discord app, minister ordination programs, our network of sacrament cultivators, sacrament services facilitated by our friends and family and community ministers, discounted community offerings, and so much more. I am now invite Nancy to announce our new members this week.
Morning. We have 5 new members. We have Daniel from Ohio, Francois from Quebec, Ryan from Texas, Bob from Kentucky, and Troy from Illinois. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, I now invite Courtney to share this week's Sanctuary FAQs.
Great. Thank you, Stephen. Welcome new members as well. It's great to have you all here. So today I wanted to share with you all that we are beginning a monthly newsletter, which Athena is helping to put together. So really excited to be consolidating all of our announcements and happenings all around the country into one place every month. So I want to just encourage you all to look out for that newsletter, and please do take the time to look through it. And if you have any questions about the different things we have going on, our weekly office hours are a great place to bring those questions. So some things that you might see in our March newsletter, some exciting happenings that we have going on are, for one, Debbie Pierce, our community minister in Indianapolis, she is putting on the first internal family systems small group sacrament ceremony weekend next weekend. So it's the first of its kind. If you've been attending our IFS virtual circles every week or have been attending them regularly, then you've probably heard about this by now. But it's the first one, and it filled up pretty quickly. So just stay tuned for more IFS specific sacrament ceremony weekends. Debbie hopes to host those quarterly. So if you'd like to attend one of those sacrament ceremonies as a member, then we just ask that you attend the IFS virtual workshops, which are held weekly on Tuesdays, as you heard Athena mention. Also, March 16th, if you are local to Kentuckiana, we will be hosting a community testimonial circle potluck gathering at Tom Sawyer Park. So I will be hosting short interviews with members who are interested in sharing their story with sacred mushrooms and their story with Psanctuary, just helping to educate our community on who we are and what people look like who practice with the mushroom, kind of break down some incorrect ideas about what a sacred mushroom church might be and help show people what it really is and what it looks like to practice with the mushroom. So that's March 16th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You'll see a specific email on signing up to share your story if that's something you're interested in. And we're going to make it fun. It's going to be a potluck and just a hangout time too. So stay tuned for Kentuckiana folks. Look out for that. In March 16th through 17th, Yeshua will be hosting a group ceremony, sacrament ceremony in Camden, Maine. So there's more information on that in your member benefits section. We have more sacrament retreats, more sacrament ceremonies planned this year than ever before, like exponentially more. So you'll see more information come out on that very soon. As Athena mentioned, we'll have our full list of 2024 sacrament ceremonies, festivals, events published to y'all very soon in the next couple of weeks. We've just been confirming with our locations before we announce it to you all. So that feels really, really good. Because it's something that we've been wanting to have more group sacrament opportunities for our members really ever since we officially got started in 2021. So really looking forward to announcing those. Last thing for March that I want to give you all a heads up about is, again, if you're local to Kentuckiana, we're hosting Nancy, who just shared new members, is helping to put together an Easter service, in-person Sunday service in Louisville, Kentucky for our members. It'll also be a potluck and an Easter egg hunt for the kiddos. So to all of our members, stay tuned for more information on that. And as you hear us share about our events going on in Kentucky, I know so many of our members are all across the country. So please do know that it is such a priority to us to continue growing our in-person offerings all around the country as we have more ordained ministers with Psanctuary, like Yeshua, he'll be facilitating discussion today, as we have more ordained ministers pop up, and as we have more of us just feeling more comfortable hosting in-person meetups with each other, we'll see more in-person opportunities for all of us all around the country. So I guess that's all I have to share for today. I could just keep going, but I'll stop there. Just keep a lookout for that March newsletter. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Courtney. We've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. For those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us and wish you a great week ahead. As we further our conversation, Please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Please remember that we are not a medical or therapeutic organization. Statements made by the moderator or members of Psanctuary are their own. We are here discovering and exploring along with you. And now welcome Yeshua to lead our discussion.